Hello again, everybody. Haven't done a stream in a while. Mainly because I was having issues with the software on my arcade. So you can see by the title, not Tour 10 anymore. Got Tour 10 maxed and have had for a while. Got Tour 11 maxed at the moment, so we're going to go into Tour 11. As you can see, still in the stink. We are struggling a little, as you can see, just below the cut line, but trying to get back up there. We're only about 1,000 clan points away from it, so I'm going to try and do my best to help with that just for a short while tonight, okay? Hopefully I'm streaming. Haven't done this for a while, so obviously feel free to let me know. Right, this hole. I've played Libya quite a few times. He's quite a good player, as you can see by the banners. This is a hole that I really, really dislike the drive on, especially in headwind. This is slight headwind. So I'm going to have to OP it a little bit. A few times. But that should be fine. He's quite a good player, as you can see by the ban. I'm going to try and get this the link put up on Golf Clash Elite once I've hit this drive. Right, so we don't have quite as heavy a wind as him, so I'll always go full top spin here. I'll try and set up with the red ring by the bunker. You can see the bounce is kind of going just where we want it. The problem with this hole is a lot of people will over curl their shot. Max plus 10. Again, I don't use any grids, I don't use any overlays. We are going to have to overpower it a little bit. Not really any curl at all. As long as we hit perfect, we should be absolutely fine. And you can see it's going nicely down the fairway. I did say I hate this drive, but if I play it like that, then it's usually okay. Just getting this put up on Golf Clash Elite so that people can hopefully tune in. Now Libya's playing with a Quasar. He always plays with a Quasar. I really wish I could play with Quasars in Tour 11. Maybe I'll get there one day. But for now, I'm happy to stick with Titans. You'll see on my page that I've put, I used to do Tour 10 with Quasars. Yeah, Quasars was always my ball in Tour 10. But since I've moved up to Tour 11, Titans is the way to go at the moment. I'm quite comfortable and good with the power 3-ball settings for the shootouts. Now, if I've gone far enough up this fairway, he's caught the little glitch roll there, which you sometimes get with this hole, and he's ended up in the rough. I feel like he's going to make the chip anyway because it's this guy. I've played him quite a lot of times. Now, what I like to do is if I can get up here, which I can just about do, I'll put a bit of backspin on it and 2 right spin. I'm looking for the little funnel at the back of the green. There is one there. You can see it. Wiggle it around a little bit. There is one in there. So if I put a little bit more backspin on this and overpower this, you can see it's uphill slightly from here. I normally play this 0 elevation, but right, so I'm not going to need to fully overpower it, I don't think. Push up. But I will need to put nearly all on. Hopefully we can hit the funnel. Yeah, didn't overpower it enough, but nicely down onto the green. I used to hate this hole. This hole used to be my absolute nemesis. I'd like to give a shout out to Danny from The Stink. What a great guy. He's inspired me to get back into the streaming a little bit again, because he's been streaming like a demon for the past day or two. You should check him out. Danny Lenihan on YouTube. He's a Tour 12 player. He's maxed the game twice. He barely ever talks about it. Barely ever. I don't think he's mentioned it for at least 20 minutes. Anyway, there's Libya just finding the little funnel, and he's going to easily make the putt. So we're going to a shootout. I fully expect to be defeated here. Like I said, I'm trying to get above the cut line with the stink. So I'm bound to lose at least 5 or 6 in a row. I don't tend to go on losing streaks in Tour 11 very often. If anyone's watching, feel free to post a little comment in the chat. I don't like to think I'm just sitting talking to myself. I'll usually try to rematch people in Tour 11 as well, because it can be difficult to get a game sometimes. Now this hole in headwind is quite a tricky one. He's going to have problems here. He's going to have to push up nearly to max club, because it's 20% max elevation, this hole. And you don't want to roll too far past the hole, because you'll just roll right down to the back of the green. I'll show you the setup I have when I play it, but in headwind I'm not great at it. I never quite know how much backspin to put on to get it to stop just before the hole. Now, he's played a reasonably good shot, because it is going to roll down here. If you can catch the little slope and get it to roll down towards the hole, it's ideal. But that doesn't always happen. Mine isn't going to be quite as stiff a headwind, right? So I tried to get the red ring by the bunker. See if you look the way this jiggles around when you're here. This is the problem. If you hit something here, a little bit that you're not sure of. Now, I won't go max backspin and tailwind, but I will probably only say 4.5 or 5. We'll go 4.5 and see what happens. So it's max, mid plus 20, but we'll be pulling towards the max here. So I'm working this out, 14.6, 15.8, okay. So I'll just pull nearly to max with that. And maybe put a little bit of slight overpower on it. There's no way I'm going to beat him. That was a great shot. See? As soon as you roll past the hole very slightly, it starts to roll further down. So he's beat me. Gav, is that pin high? The Gav from the stink? Thanks for saying it's a lovely Scottish accent. I'm trying to take the heaviness out of it so that people can understand what I'm saying. Libya usually rematches me and then beats me again. Guaranteed he'll beat me again. Right. Now here we go. Will this get over? As soon as you get a tailwind in this hole, you know everyone's going to try and get over. So I don't know if that's enough. That is good. Right. I don't know if that's enough to get over here. Screw it, we'll try it. We'll try it. I mean, it's straight tailwind. I'm tempted to go and stick a Zerk on just because, right, I don't need to go full overpower with a Zerk. I'm trying to land in the bunker here. So not full overpower. Bit of curl. If you land in the bunker, it'll roll out. We did not. We hit the rough. Ah, nice. Peter, Outlander, I've never watched that. Maybe I should. Clint, I knew it was you with the frog emoji, of course. Libya's going to try and play a hero shot with the Quasar here. I mean, I want to say he's absolutely never making that with a Quasar, but wait till you see him prove me wrong. I've rolled out way too far. I'm going to need to use the Endbringer rule type thing with my rapier. Whoa, Wandy hit a good. We'll see how this turns out. Oh, look. Nah, he's landed in that bunker I was aiming for, but he didn't have enough to roll out of it. Sometimes that bunker's a weird one. Sometimes you hit it and roll out, and sometimes you hit it and go for miles. Sometimes you hit it, and don't go anywhere. Right, so there's Max Rapier. So I'm going to try and find mid, about here-ish. Play spin to the hole, although this is an awkward one, really awkward. Maybe I'll go nearer Max, sit it about here, and try more backspin. Okay, right, we'll set it like that, right, and then we'll do max plus 20-ish. See how that, I need a rush now. Hopefully that goes somewhere near the hole. Yeah, somewhere near. Just not getting the luck. I had to rush my adjustment there, so I don't think I quite pulled. Did I pull too much? I think I pulled too much and it ended up on the right edge of the cup. I was rushing with the last few rings of the adjustment there. I need to stop cutting off my letters. Typical Scottish thing to do. Now going into the shootout with a Zerk against a Quasar. I'm not fancying my chances. Unless Labia, holds this now, which would be typical. Thanks, Clint. And Gav, we'll say I was robbed. Really what I was doing was blagging it. So, he's going to roll back down into the hole now. Oh, unlucky. That was unlucky. I'm loving the new selection of emojis and chats. I like to use them regularly, but not to the point where it's annoying. If somebody's not chatty, I won't do anything. If somebody's chatting a lot, then I'll respond. Like, Libya's getting a little bit chattier now. He doesn't normally chat in our first game, and then he starts loosening up a little bit. I'm actually quite nervous. Not done this for a while. It's affecting my play. Anyway, the Stink, brilliant clan. If anybody's looking for a clan where you'll be laughing constantly and also supported all the way through things, it's the clan to be in. Oh, here we go. Right. What am I going to do here? This is horrendous. Right, so I'm going to play full backspin here, imagining that it's a POC. And I'm going to pull up. It's a 10%. But, right, there's the POC starting there. So that's about a full half ring for the POC. Oh, this is nasty. This is not good. Wait till you see this. This is going to be a mess. If this gets anywhere near the hole, I'll be lucky. That's not bad. Considering I was having to adjust into a POC territory from cat territory, that's never ever an easy thing to do. No doubt Libby, I'll just go and plank it right next to the hole, 2 yards away. Gav, when did I emoji bomb you? This must have been a while ago. You must be thinking of Corbo. He likes to shade people. Well, he likes to wind me up with shades whenever he faces me. I've got 5 people watching. That must be some kind of record. Anyway, I wouldn't say I'm like some sort of oracle in Tour 11, but I've maxed it. I continually remax it. I like to think I can hold my own in the tour. As I said, I'm never going to be like the best. Oh no, he's got unlucky. It's going to roll back down. Oh, what a shame. But we'll take it. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm an oracle in Tour 11, but I hold my own. And obviously, Gav, of course you are. And I'll always go for it. I'll always fall for it. Because I'm a temperamental Scotsman. Let's see if Libya wants to go. He does. So, what I was going to say is, Tour 11, I found it quite tough to get back into it again. But once you get the shootouts dialed in, you're usually fine. Oh, this is quite a good hole. I enjoy this one. Clint, enjoy your dinner. I might need to get rid of omelette in the background, actually. Although maybe I should keep the programme running, because that's maybe when it starts messing up. This is not a fun wind. We're getting the big winds at the moment. Look at Libya. Where are those tournaments from? That's a while ago, actually. Those gold medals. But there's a few recent ones. Anyway, I need to stop clicking into the chat. Danny was doing it earlier on. Full OP? Right, I don't think you need to full OP this drive unless it's massive headwind. The mistake people make is that Libya won't make this mistake because he's very good, but the mistake people make when they're doing this drive is they try to go big and go for it. And often it goes into the rough because they push it too much. I don't think you need to get that far up there if you've packed the cat, which I always have in Tour 11, then you'll be absolutely fine unless you massively mess it up or get a huge headwind for the second shot. Okay. I need to try and relax, as I said. So I won't need to overpower this at all, actually. Bit of counter curl to keep it away from the rough. Doing a little bit of overpower. Just to make sure it gets a little bit further up. So there you go. I did need that counter curl in the end. That was really dangerously close to the to the rough line. I should have probably pulled a little bit more there. It was I kind of quickly did roughly 10% max. Gav, I've tried to break into 12 a little bit. The other night I went and played about 9-10 games, and maybe it was about 12 games in Tour 12. I had 5 wins on the bounce at the start. Then I lost the next 8 or 9. I was getting absolutely owned by everybody. And as soon as that starts happening, your confidence drops. You think, oh, these shootouts, I don't know what I'm doing. Even though I have played some of them quite a lot in the past. Drumore Links used to be in Tour 11, and I used to play that when it was in Tour 11. So I like to think I'm confident with those holes. But I was getting screwed left, right and centre. Everybody was dominating me. So I skulked back to Tour 11 with my tail between my legs. Back to where I'm familiar. Right, this approach shot is max plus 10. I usually try and get the white ring by the rough here. There's a little kind of sticky bit there. You're obviously trying for the rough bump, so you need to make sure through the hole, but a little bit back, just because it's got a bit of tailwind and it's going to carry further. Right, so 13.5. Pray we hit perfect and maybe get near the hole. I do that thing where you pull it back into overpower. I'll explain why I do that. Because somebody once mentioned, oh, see, that was close. Somebody once mentioned that it apparently gets rid of the glitchy needle that can sometimes flick over to grey. And then I thought, it must be rubbish. It sounds rubbish, and it must be rubbish. I saw Neo and people like that doing it when they were streaming, and I wondered, what's going on? So I tried doing it for about a day, and it didn't really work. But now I've got into a habit where I will just do it quite regularly. Oh, congratulations, Gavin, maxing the game, by the way. I don't think I got a chance to see it on Golf Clash Elite the other day. Well done. There's no way I could do it. Maybe one day, but right now, absolutely not. Danny will just say I'm too scared to lose my 12 billion coins. Yeah, I don't want to drop below 12 billion coins. Who would? Right, going to another shootout with Libya. Let's see who'll take it. Best out of 3. So like I said, if you're watching this, I know it says on my channel that it's Tour 10 with Quasars, but this was last August. Things have moved on since then. I'm now firmly in Tour 11. This is max plus 20, this shootout. I don't like tailwind. Headwind is much better. So I'm not looking forward to this shot. Tailwind is not good for me. It's just there's too many little bobbly bits in the top of that fairway up here where he's sitting just now, setting up. I could play this hole in headwind all day long because I know I'm pulling max plus 20. But if I'm sitting here, I'm pulling more like max plus 10 because it's closer to mid-distance. Need to stop clicking into that chat. It's just instinct. Libya's going to get it within a yard here, I think. Yeah, it's a decent shot. I mean, I'd like to think I could maybe beat it, but I mean, it's going to be tough. Anyone else who's watching, feel free to leave a wee message. I will try and give you a wee shout. Right, so, kind of set up a bit here probably, right? And obviously you've got to offset a little bit on this hole because the wind is, secondary wind effect is going to be big. So, see, that happens sometimes, by the way. You need to watch that. Sometimes when you release your spins, it snaps and changes your spins. People have talked about that in the past, like having issues with that. You really do need to watch that. So I'm going to pull max plus 10 because I'm at mid-distance, right? I might do a little bit of curl to compensate. Hit perfect and see what happens. Oh, I don't think I've beat him. That was close though. Not a bad shot considering I just said I don't like this hole in tailwind. Aye. Well played, my son. Who's the daddy? He is, quite clearly. Right. Okay. You can see my 12 billion coins gleaming there in the top of the screen. Now, this is where we'll find we probably have trouble getting a match up because I don't like to let this find an opponent thing spin for any longer than about 10 to 15 seconds. I'll try and let it spin as long as I can because I'm streaming, obviously. But I'm finding it hard to get opponents in Tour 11 at the moment. And I don't know why that is because I'm within the trophy count for the tour. So surely it should be easy to get opponents. But apparently, at this time of night particularly, can be quite bad. I think it's because people are in bed. It is midnight, coming up on midnight in Britain at this point in time. So, I don't know how people are feeling about the new tournament setup in terms of the new balls and things like that. Oh, we have a match. And this is my least favourite hole. Especially if you get a headwind on the drive. It's a nightmare, which we probably will. Oh, yeah, there we go. Right, so if I get a headwind on the drive, I usually just panic and, try and do something. So we'll try nearly full top spin back about here and try and curl it up to top of the fairway there. It's quite a hard shot in headwind, this. I absolutely hate it. It's zero elevation, so we'll do a couple of bars of overpower here and a little bit of curl, maybe a bit more curl than that. But I always hit great, usually great left, so it goes into the rough. It's not doing that at the moment. Well, the problem in this hole is if you get to about here and then you get a headwind in the second shot, you're screwed. Even with Cat. And Nicholas looks like a player. I've not seen him before, I don't think. I've seen the Clanos like tentacles before, but not Nicholas. Anyway, his medals look like they're from a while back again, but no doubt he's going to be a good player. He's got Apocalypse 8. It's going to be about 2025 before I get back to that. Yeah, Gav, I remember did match you in Tour 11 a few days ago. How's things in Liverpool? Right, so we'll see how his shot plays out. I can guarantee we're going to get another headwind for the second shot. Because obviously, you have to try the rough bump between the trees. He had difficulty with that shot as well, clearly. It's really tough. It's a ridiculously tricky drive. The hardest drive on Tour 11. If you get a headwind. Even in tailwind, it's a tricky drive. Oh! Now, you'll get cut off by this tree, but you use a bit of curl and it's absolutely fine. So this is a problem as well, because if you go too heavy on this, you're going to get a glitch roll that's going to take you right through the green. So I want to hit about here. Okay, here. So I'm going to go back, and that's about 6 rings. So I'll go another 6. Put a bit of curl on it to get round that tree. And fingers crossed it rolls out properly. Just. That'll do though. If you catch it, there's a glitch thing. If you catch it on that green, it goes flying through the green and into the rough on the other side. It's definitely my least favourite hole in Tour 11. Probably one of my least favourite holes in the whole game, and I'm sure a few people would say that as well. It's a challenge though. I kind of like it in that sense that it's a real challenge. Which, I don't know, I thought he was going to go a different way through the trees there. He should be able to make this. He's got cat 8 as well. No min in Liverpool. That's decent. Gav, I saw you were in my weekly league as well last week. I think you were just one place above me. I was never catching you. I think you had about 12 billion. I'm amazed that, see, he's caught that little glitch roll, but it's rolled down. See if you can catch the fringe. It curls round nicely. Right. Chip, oh, it's a heavy wind. So again, I'll pull my club out to max. I'll always try and do this. Max is here, right? So looking for mid, about here. And again, I'm just estimating. And then quarter of club is about there. So that's about 4 rings per mile an hour of wind. But you're doing plus 20. It's going to need about 16, 17. Wait a minute. Where did I pull from there? Oops. I'll go about here. Oh no. I'm losing. Oh. Totally meant that. I did get lucky. There's no way that should have been rolling in like that. I mean, it caught the left edge of the cup. Purely because it was so close and it was a chip shot. Okay, shoot out again. Let's see which one we get now. Lots of Parc de Paris at the moment. Oof. I normally quite like this one. This is not a bad wind. It's trickier in headwind, this hole. Again, big wind impact crossing over that bunker. Straight in the middle, Gav. It was going to be one of those 360s. So I won't need to go into driver range here. It's going to stay in cat range. This is max plus 20. But again, I'll probably do max plus 15 because it's crosswind and I'm sitting at about mid club. It's a good shot. Oh, dropped a little shot. The weird thing with this hole is you can kind of offset it, right? But then you also have to curl it slightly left to make sure you get over that little lip at the edge of the bunker there. So I'll set it up with like half of the red ring in the rough, kind of about there. Spin to the hole at first, and then obviously just going a little bit beyond it just to check that you're going to be able to offset the ball gauge, right? So 8.89, I'll go about 9 miles an hour of wind there, okay? And then probably a little tiny bit of baby curl. Well, we hit perfect, so that's a good sign. It's coming in nicely. Yep. I've probably got most of my hole-in-ones in this hole, to be honest. I always like to do the bull thumbs up when I've won. See if Nicholas wants to rematch. Because as I said, it's an absolute nightmare trying to get match-ups sometimes in T11 these days. Oh, come on. Right. That'll be a no then. Okay. There's another glitch. Look. Cue a chest up and then the type of chest disappears from the top of it. Whenever they update this game, a million new glitches seem to get thrown up. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for. I have work in the morning, but I'm not tired, so maybe another 20 minutes or something. How many wins have I had so far? 2. Hardly going to keep us above the cut line, is it? Right. Give us an opponent, please. Yes, I was saying about the tournaments. I managed to get into Masters Weekend proper for the first time in a little while. Finished 36th, I think. So managed to snag myself some Luminaries and Kingslayers. They look good. I haven't used any of them yet. I'll probably save them for tournaments. Cheers, Gav. Night, mate. Nice watching me play. Yeah, it's good stuff. Not seen Beastie Boys for a while. Beastie Boys. I don't know if anyone's listening and they're Scottish and they're about the same age as me, they'll remember an alcoholic beverage called Big Beastie that used to be common for house parties in Scotland in the kind of early noughties. I'm 35, I'm going to say 36 then, I'm 35, so 18 in about 2002, 2003. Big Beasties were around Red Square. Don't know why I'm talking about alcohol. Probably just a lockdown situation. Drives you a bit stir crazy. Right, this one's max plus 10. You don't see this, look at this. If you catch that, your ball's going to roll into Narnia or Kingdom Come or whatever, you know. So you want to try and come a little bit further back. I usually go about 9-10 yards, and it's a tailwind, so we're going to play less, right? Less top spin than that. Okay. And then a little bit of curl just to keep it rolling down the fairway. I like this hole because the second shot has quite a big funnel. Oh no, I think I'm going to catch this glitch roll. See? Should have had less top spin. Nightmare. So now I'm going to need to probably go directly on the green to get any sort of decent shot, because you can't. There's a funnel if you land on this island here. Give it about 2 left spin and half a bar of top spin or something. Then there's a funnel that will take it directly to the hole. I should hit it more than I do. And actually, I've tried playing that one at different elevations. I was doing it max plus 10 for a while, but I've started playing it 0 elevation lately, and it's been working better for me. But I got the Falcon 7 lately. I'd been using the Hornet 9, and I was sad to see it go. But I got Falcon 7, so I've been getting used to the adjustments on that in the last couple of weeks. It's a great club. So we'll maybe see that coming into action just now. So if I do go directly onto the green, I'm going to play max plus 10. Beastie Boys has not quite got it. See, I know, it's a tricky one. It seems like the biggest funnel in the game that you can hit easily, but it's actually harder to hit than you think. So many people miss it. Right, it's a 15-mile-an-hour wind. That's ridiculous, right? Like, I'm not going to be able to do anything with that. Look, I'm at max club. I'll just have to go directly onto the green. So where are we in Falcon? Between min and mid. Right, there's a good wee sticky bit here as well, actually. So ball guide through the hole. Make sure we're all right. Max plus 10. Make sure the pull angle's correct. I never used to worry about pull angles, but lately I have been worrying about them. It has actually made a difference to my game, to be fair. Great right's always going to help, isn't it? Getting a lot more drops. See, if that had hit that perfect, it would have gone in. Getting a lot more drops than I used to. Pulling the correct way, pulling an 11.59 or 12.01. Okay, 2 shootout again then. That hole's sometimes a gimme. If you can get a decent drive that sits in the shadow of the tree, then it's at mid short iron distance and you've got a really good chance of landing the eagle. I thought Beastie Boys was going to get it because he was in a great position for it. Apparently not. Right. This hole again. We've got tailwind. Right. Tailwind's easier. So red ring by the bunker. Full backspin. And with this wind, because it's going slightly, well, not slightly right to left, it's going quite heavily right to left. I'm putting 2 side spin on it. It's probably mid plus 20, but you're pulling into min. So yeah. And maybe give it a little bit of curl just because I don't want to do too much curl though, because if I do too much curl, I might end up in the bunker. That's not going to do what I was planning because I hit great left. So that was shocking. But the problem is, with this hole, if you don't hit perfect and you land in slightly the wrong position, your ball can go all over the place because I showed you earlier there's a little glitchy bit on the fairway just where I set up. But it's the best chance of getting the ball really near the hole. So it is a good place to set up. So the stink, I feel like we've suffered as a clan because of the new tournament clan point system. I feel like there's a lot of emphasis on tournaments now. We've never been a tournament clan. We've always been a grinding clan. And we can't seem to make up the grinding stuff just now because the tournament clans are pulling too far ahead. We dropped majorly after the major. Not as much as we thought because some of us did quite well in the Master tournament. I think I got 7,200 points or something from it. See if Beastie Boys wants a rematch. Nope. Okay, back to it. So we're just below the cut line at the moment, and I feel like the next Master tournament could be a similar situation. The Jamil Dunes. I do like that course. I didn't like it so much when they put it on T11 a while back, and then the shootouts are quite tricky. There's one in particular where the elevations are all over the place. One of the par 3s. It's so bumpy. It's a tricky shot to hit. Anyway, I've been playing a lot more Golf Clash these days because I'm stuck in the house all the time. Scotland's in lockdown. Have been since January the 5th or something. In fact, it was since Boxing Day, I think. So I've been working from home, trying to be a teacher, teach my classes every day, and homeschool my own 3 kids at the same time while my wife's away at work. It's been a nightmare. So Golf Clash has been my escape. Normally it's my escape anyway, but it's been an even bigger escape in the past few months, couple of months. Here we go, we've got someone. What hole are we going to get? What hole did we get? I didn't even notice. Oh, this one. I'd say this is quite a boring hole. Just because the drive's easy. Repetaph. Hello, Repetaph. Zoom teaching. Ugh. It's not Zoom I use, it's Google Meet, but it's the same thing. It's an absolute nightmare. The kids hate it. I hate it. We need to be back in the classroom. That's not the way education is supposed to work. Right, this hole is boring. This is a tricky wind. It's a huge headwind. So I'm just going to go max OP and hope that it rolls out on the fairway, like this guy's done. The second shot, I could count on one hand the amount of times I've albatrossed it. The green in the area before the green is really bumpy, like a lot of the Sunshine Glades holes. Now I sit at about here, max topspin, sorry. So look at this, straight to the bunker. You need to put a bit of curl on it. Max plus 10, it's actually 0 elevation it plays at, this one, I think. Because I've tried max plus 10 before and nearly ended up in the water. If we can hit this, well, I don't think that's going to matter. As I said, it's quite a boring hole, and this kind of wind especially. Google, yeah. Google. My life's Google at the moment. Google Classroom, Google Meet, Google Docs. Everything's Google. Right, he's going to have problems here. Well, he's going to have to do the bounce over. The bounce over's okay, but I prefer landing right on the fairway where the green is. As I said, if I've had any albatrosses in this hole, it's been complete luck. Complete luck. Most of the guys I play on this tour are really good players, obviously, because I'm at the top end of the trophies for T11. Still a lot of people dump trophies. I'm sure it does work if you haven't been at a high trophy level before, but I still just don't like the idea of it. I don't like the idea of going into a tour and knowingly having low trophies so that you play players who've just entered that tour. It seems a bit unfair. I've experienced it on my alts, my alt accounts, when people have done it to me, and it's annoying. You're sitting there like, oh, you've got 15,000 games or 18,000 games, you've got your Apocalypse 8, you're using a Wind 5 ball and you're playing in Tour 7. This is what happens. So where were we, club-wise? Mid. Again, this shot's about 5%, 10% elevation. Oh, mid. I think it was mid. Oh no, it's max. Right, we'll need to pull a wee bit further than that then. Okay. So yeah, I don't like flat track bullying. I'd rather play at my own level and play, oh, this is going to go miles. Not too bad. Yeah, I don't like the flat track bullying that goes on. It's not fair for players who are just new to the game. If you enter a tour and you're coming up against these guys who are living in that tour and have been for months, know every hole inside out, but they're sitting at a really low trophy count, so they're going to get the new players who come into that tour. I just don't think it's fair. If you've been in that tour for a while, you should have the max trophies for that tour, unless you're a terrible player. And then it won't matter if the newbies are facing you, because it'll be an even matchup. Like my son, he's 7. He started playing Golf Clash a lot lately. It's quite funny. He gets really wound up about it. It's a shame. He actually starts crying when he loses all his coins. I had to play his account. Well, I shouldn't fully admit to that, but I had to play his account the other week there just to get some coins back for him. Because the things you do for your kids. But he's actually sorted himself out now. I was teaching him about wind I was guiding him to some videos that would show him how to account for the wind. Oh, here we go, this shootout. The guys in my clan like to call this fetus. If you look at it, you know, the shape does look like a fetus. Now in headwind, I'll set up exactly where he's set up right now. Min driver, but I will play mid plus 20. 4 or 5 backspin. Depending on wind angle, little touch of left curl. Because what you want to do is you want to get the ball just to the right hand side of the green to roll back down towards the pin. Like he's sat it on. This is gonna work out fine. Yeah, he's got lucky, but it doesn't get quite as close as if you manage to roll it onto the right hand side. The risk that you have there is that you end up off the green entirely. Right, so we've got an 8.7 wind. So we'll set up min driver, 2 left spin. I'll go 4.5 back spin. Right, then off it's mid plus 20. So 9.6, 10.4. Go about here. And then touch of left curl. Oh, don't want to OP it. And we'll see how this plays out. It might not get to the... I never want to risk actually... Oh. I don't know whether that's going to roll back down the way we want it to. Oh, it is good. Right. I never want to risk going off the right hand side of the green there, because that's you've lost the shootout automatically, to be honest, if that happens. That was a decent shot. People must think, they must hate me when I do that. Are we going to get a rematch? I'd really love to get a rematch, to be honest, because I don't want to have to spin that thing again. Oh, come on. See, people must be wiping their arse. That's what I always think. So yeah, my son is currently on tour 3. Tour 3 is his safe tour. Asia Pacific. He can win most of his games on tour 3. He's tried tour 4. He's dipping in and out of tour 4, but then he loses his coins, and I kind of advise him to stick to the tour he knows and build up his bankroll. Obviously, I know quite a bit about bankroll management. That's one of the biggest things you can start to figure out in this game. It'll help you a lot. You see so many people who are saying like, oh, I've only got 20 million left. I'll just go in and play a tour 10 game. Not advisable, obviously. Okay. Simple rule. I would say, a lot of people say 10 times your bankroll. 10 times the entry fee for the tour you're about to play is what your bankroll should be. I would say 15 times, because you want to give yourself a chance to lose a few games and still be comfortable. Thanks, Repitaph. I'm quite good at that one, that shootout. Right, this is an interesting hole in headwind. A lot of people play the right hand side, but actually that's what I used to think. But most people play the left hand side when I come up against them. Now with this type of headwind, I will land on that little island that Robbie Smash is landing on. Full top spin, because it's a big headwind. You'll want to roll up to nearly the edge of the fairway. You don't want to roll into the rough, obviously. So if it's any sort of cross headwind, you wouldn't put full top spin on. But again, I think this drive plays at 0 elevation. To me, it does anyway. Definitely 0. Okay. Big headwind. Don't actually want to go too close to that rough line. Maybe put a little bit of more left spin on it. Okay. So it's mid 0 elevation, but because we're pulling into max, it'll probably be max 0 elevation, just about. Right, now we want to get as close to the edge of the rough as possible without actually rolling into the rough. Perfect. Is good. This is going to go not as close as I would like. The second shot, it took me a while to figure this one out, but I watched a few people playing the hole when I first started into Tour 11 again, and I figured out this is going to be tricky with this wind. Oh. Especially I'm a little bit further back than he is, so you need to go full top, full right spin, and then full curl to get it over. He's doing a smart thing, he's pulling back a little bit. I think I'll do the same, because to be honest, as long as you get it over, you've got a chance to chip it in with the wedge or short iron. Whereas if you roll into the bunker or rough, which is really easily done, he is full OP in it, to be honest. That's not going to end well for him. Unlucky. I don't know if he was too far back there. I'm going to try. We'll see how far up I can get. Oh, look at this. This is ridiculous. What am I going to do? I'm just going to go for it, to be honest. If I go in the rough, I go in the rough. I will need to move over a little bit, because I'm going to catch that rough if I don't adjust. Oh, I'm going to end up in the same place as him. Yep. Oh, roll out. Nope. Sometimes you catch a roll on that hole. There is a rough bump to be played here as well if you manage to get far enough up on the drive, but it's a little bit inconsistent. I am horrendous at hitting from the rough and bunker. Every opponent I play, I don't know if anyone experiences this phenomenon of the perfect hit from your opponent. Every single opponent I play hits perfect from sand and rough every time, and I can never match them, ever. This will be perfect, watch. I absolutely guarantee it. No. See, I was saying that hoping that he was gonna slightly miss perfect. I've relaxed a little bit now, you'll be glad to know. Omelette seems to be working okay for me tonight as well, which is good. I'd like to be one of these fancy streamers who has their picture and stuff and their face on their stream, but I'm a teacher, so can't really do that. It's not the done thing, obviously. Right, just a little half ring adjustment there. Now what I like to do here is like to let it sit at OP for a little bit of time, because I feel like that clears the needle a bit. Clearly it doesn't. iPad Pro is great. You know, how many hints have I dropped to my wife about iPad Pro? I don't know. I tend to mention it every couple of days. I was hoping she'd maybe get one for Christmas, but no such luck. I think she just thinks if I got an iPad Pro, she would never see me. I would be on playing this constantly. I'd love an iPad Pro. I'm thinking about just investing in one, saying it's for work. To be fair, my laptop's on its last legs. I do probably need something new for work, so I could always justify it that way. Right, and I'll shoot out. Oh, that's this Maple Bay one again. Fingers crossed for a headwind, so I can show. Nah, no headwind. Same spot, red ring kind of closing in the rough there. Again, ball guide to the hole, but peer it back a little bit just to take account of the wind. And then max plus 10 from this spot I would do. That's 9.2. Right. I said I don't like tailwind in this hole at all. But I'm doing a quite convincing job of somebody who doesn't mind it at all, because I'd like to get it within a yard. But it's good enough. If he beats that, he beats that. I don't know if I've played Robbie Smash before. I've seen it. He seems familiar. Right, so you'll see I didn't win, I got silver in a tournament, woohoo, on my main account for the first time, a proper banner, because I was rocking all of these top 10s. That was a recent one, and these ones are older ones, although you'll notice I did play the Christmas Park tournament at rookie level, because it was Christmas time, and I was just like, you know what, I don't want to stress myself out with tournaments, thinking about master wins and stuff. I'm just going to play rookie and have some fun, and it was fun. The only problem with it was I wasn't used to adjusting for those small wins. I'm used to adjusting for 9-10 miles an hour plus winds, and at the rookie level I was adjusting. Yeah, he's got me beat, hasn't he? He's got me beat. Excellent tips. I don't think I've been giving away that many tips. I'm trying my best. If anyone's looking to break into 211, it's not as intimidating as you think. If I can do it, anyone can. I don't use grids. I meant to try and rematch him there. I don't use grids. I don't use apps. I know the wind per ring values for my clubs. Yeah, it's expert tier 2. It was tier 2, yeah. I know the ring values for my clubs. I do the maths in my head when I'm taking my shot, as you can hear me muttering when I'm doing this right now. This bowling hole again. I've played Jup quite a lot, so I set up just right at the edge of the rough there, because it's the spot that seems to give you the best line away from the bunker there. 7.5. So we'll play it. I'll play it at 0 elevation, and you'll see it will hit the same spot that we want. Right, I'm one of these annoying people who's got a tee on, but it has no chambers left. And frankly, people who did that used to annoy me, but I don't care. I really don't care. I just like the way some of the tees look. I'm an aesthetics guy. The whole explosions really, really annoy me. I'll stick one on if it's beneficial to me. The coin ones I don't bother about, because I've got 12 billion coins. The trophy ones, if I'm not playing tier 12, I don't care about that either. Practice tokens, Danny in my clan would love to buy your practice tokens from you. Everyone, he plays practice holes all week before the tournament. That's all he does, which is good research for us as a clan, so I'm not going to complain about it. But Danny loves a practice token. I think they're pretty useless. The only use I've found for them is to get through some of the challenges, like I got through the I Love Big Putts one last week by just going into tournament practice rookie, hitting the ball just to the green, and then it gave me the big putts thing. But that's the only use, right? I'm in between clubs down there, so I'm going to just have to play this. Trying to look for the ball guide, little sticky spot to an extent, right? So that's mid, +5, I'll say. Okay. They need to offset it from the pin a little bit in this one as well, because it does carry. And as I said, I never get an albatross in this hole. See? Nowhere near. So yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, hole explosions. See these ones that take forever and ever and ever. The 5 aces one, the 4 aces one. See the first time that somebody played that against me, I almost had a seizure. Right, a lot of people play the sniper in Tour 11. If you have the Cataclysm at level 6 or above, I would strongly advise that you use that rather than the sniper. The sniper is a great club. It was my friend all the way through Tour 10 and every other tour. I even played it sniper in Tour 11 a couple of years ago when I first was playing it, but it leaves you short on too many of the shootout holes in between clubs. He got pretty close with the sniper. There's me slagging the sniper off, saying, don't use it in Tour 11. And I bet you he goes and beats me in this shootout with the sniper. How long have we been playing? An hour? It's flown in. I'll probably do another 10-15 minutes if you can stand it. If anyone's watching and wants to leave a little message, again, it would be much appreciated. A little bit of encouragement. Any stink clan members lingering around, it'd be good to leave a little message as well. I've had Gav, he's an ex-stinker. Clint, don't know if anyone else. This one again. We've had this one so many times tonight. Oh, look at the state of that headwind. Absolutely minging. As Tony Richardson would say, it's breezy. And this is a nightmare because it's slightly right to left headwind, so I'm going to need to curl it. And I think this is going to play max plus 20 because I'm pulling way into max. And I think I'm going to use 4 backspin. But the last time I used 4.5 and flew past the hole, I'll consider it. I haven't won this one yet tonight in this shootout. I usually do okay at it, believe it or not. Right. I think he's going to come way short. Ah, no. It's rolled down nicely for him there. Right, I will go with 4.5 backspin. We will try that. I'll come away from the bunker a little bit just to get a better... Look at that. Look at the state of that. Glitches all the way over there. Right. Okay, we'll stay here. Go over. 4.5. 4.2. So it's 15.6. 17 rings. 17 rings. 17 miles an hour, sorry. Right, yeah. I think it's going to have to be an overpower. Not overpower. To max club. Who knows where this is going to end up. It's one of these ones in headwind, I just never know where it's going to end up. Nope. Finished too far left and didn't get the roll down. I don't know if he was closer than that, I think. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, terrible shot. I'm embarrassed to win with that. Embarrassed. Right, we'll do another couple of matches. Nearly maxed it out again. Oh, the other thing that's upsetting my OCD right now is when I max it, it's 5171, my trophies, because I was in Tour 12 the other night and I was using a T that gave me like 3% trophies or something. So I lost my last game in Tour 12 to empty that, and I still ended up left off with 1 trophy in Tour 12. So obviously I do have a little bit of OCD. I'm sure you're all the people who are like that were really, really irritated by that notification message down here, down in this section that we couldn't get rid of. Right, give us a matchup. It's always interesting in a stream when you're sitting watching somebody waiting for a matchup. It's not been as bad as it normally is tonight though, right enough. Alright, so my son, yeah, he played in the Namhe Cliffs 9-hole cup. It was his first ever tournament. Rookie tier 1. And he finished 20th in the weekend round. I was really impressed. Namhe Cliffs is not an easy course, even at rookie level. It's such a kind of risk and reward course, Namhe Cliffs. I really enjoyed playing it again at master level. I feel like if they had any sense, they would put it in Tour 11. That'd be great. I'd love to have Namhe Cliffs in Tour 11. Right, I'll try and let it spin as long as I can till we get an opponent here. This is ridiculous. See, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about. I don't know if it's because my trophies are really high or if it's just this time of night. It's 20-1. But matches are really thin on the ground. I don't want to play a replay, which is why I don't let it spin for any longer than 10 seconds or so. If we don't get a match up soon, I might just end the stream. Because this is frankly like watching paint dry, and listening to my dulcet tones isn't helping. Okay. One more try. I think it's ridiculous though that you can't get a game at that trophy level in Tour 11. Like, as I said, it's not like I'm out with the max trophies for the tour. I'm nowhere near it. There's people play Tour 11 with 6,000 trophies. Right, this is not happening. Maybe it's the universe trying to signal to me that it's time to end the stream. Right, we're not getting any luck here at all. But welcome to my life. Spinning away on Tour 11 like this, constantly. Getting really frustrated. Right, this is the last time. If we don't get empty this time, we're stopping. Officially. Okay. Right. Looks like that might be us. Let's go and have a look at how we're doing. 96. So I had 4 wins in that whole stream. That wasn't all I had, was it? Surely not. Right. Once more for good luck. There we go. So we'll get another game in. This is a fun hole. Albatross is nigh on impossible, but it's fun. Right, you need to be careful with this drive in tailwind, because if you put too much topspin on it, you're going to roll right off the edge of that bit of rough, the bit of fairway there. So I like to set up with the blue ring by the rough for this kind of wind. I will go full topspin here. I'll have it just going into the rough, right, and then it's max plus 10. Yep, and bit of overpower needed. Good bit of curl. And this kind of wind, you don't want to over curl it, obviously, because it is a left to right wind, so the wind's going to do part of the work for you. See, that was me with full topspin and a cross headwind, so you can see how easily it would roll out into the rough in the sand. But that's a perfect shot, if I do say so myself. Right, if we can get another game out of cut after this, I'll play another one, but if I don't, then I think I'll just end it there. It's been fun to do this again. Though none of the stink felt the need to comment. I feel like if I'd done it during the day, there would have been a lot more people heckling me. Corbo, Danny. They'll be probably quite disappointed they've missed the opportunity to heckle me. Now this guy, is he going to do it? That was close. So, this is 10%, sitting at mid. It rolls a lot after it hits the ground here, so you don't want to see, look, big roll. So definitely leave it a few green squares short, especially in tailwind. Don't even know if I need any top spin here, but that might be overdoing it a touch. So we're almost pulling back to mid club, so probably doing mid plus 10 there. And I hit a great left, so yep. It's not going to roll out properly. I was watching Danny from my clan streaming. I was watching his streams earlier today. He vapes while he's streaming. I was just saying to him, it's quite relaxing to hear the sound of the vape bubbling away while he's taking a shot, or while his opponent's taking a shot. I was getting quite soothed by it. I'm deliberately mentioning Danny every 10 minutes so that he can come on tomorrow and I can say, oh, look, you got about 18 mentions in my stream for inspiring me. Remember that username on YouTube, Danny Lenihan? He's just started streaming yesterday, but he's already streamed 86 times on 85 different platforms. Okay. 2 shootout. I'm hoping we get a different hole. We've had 1 Sunshine Glades hole. Good job, because I hate the other 2. We've had 1 Parc de Paris hole, I think. And 1 Maple Bay. 2 Maple Bays. We had Fetus and we had the bounce over one. Yeah, okay. Let's see if we can get a different one. Because, obviously I'm full of advice. With my haphazard estimated adjustments that doesn't rely on 37% slider. Slight headwind. This will be a chance for me to show you this one in headwind. So in headwind I'll set it up here. Red ring against the rough. Get a little sticky spot there. Right, I need to see where the pin is before I start adjusting. So again, get the ball to guide the pin. Then you'll need to offset a fair bit. This will probably be max plus 15. So we'll go 11.5-ish. And I'm actually pulling down into the bunker, so maybe I want to overpower it slightly. We'll see how this one goes. It wasn't quite headwind. There we go. I mean, this is a nice way to finish off the stream if that's what happens. I really want the guy that tips his hat, the emoji that's coming up in the upper tiers of the current season pass. The cowgirl one's nice, but it's getting a bit old. I should have used the beat that emoji, but I don't have it equipped at the moment. Who's the daddy? I shouldn't really wind them up. We might go and do the same. I did say I was better at this hole in headwind than I was in tailwind. And, I've been proved right once again. I'm sure I've played Kurt before. I'm sure he'll give me a rematch. Some of you might have seen me posting on GC Elite a week or two ago about the number of alts I have. I have 13 alt accounts playing on all different tour levels. I deliberately do it so they're all playing at different tour levels. Some people didn't believe they were all mine. They are all mine. I've currently got them all sitting in a clan of their own because I don't know, I'm weird like that. So, take a bow. That was a good shot. He was unlucky that I got the hole in one. Maybe we'll get a rematch. If not, we'll just end now. That's a good way to end it. I feel like we can't really top that. So if he doesn't rematch, yeah. Right. I think we'll end with a nice hole in one. Yeah. 14,766 clan points this season is the most I've done for a while. You can see I'm sitting 4th, about to overtake the 2 in front of me, nearly. Okay. Right. See y'all later. Thanks.